coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Woo. Boom. I appreciate the support. 33 years of prison stories, man. We out here, we cooking with Crisco. We pushing P, man. Positive energy all the way down the line. Big love to everybody who support me, everybody who support this movement, everybody who been rocking with me since day one or day yesterday. I definitely appreciate you. Let's go, let's get it. Oh, make sure my microphone is on because y'all gonna be saying I'm low. I can't hear you. Well, the meet and greet is coming down to the wire, man. It's coming down to the wire. It's just a few days away. Let's go. Let's get it, man. The meet and greet is the 29th and the 30th. The 30th is the day of the event. 29th is for if you're coming out of town, you will need time to settle in. We had group rates on the rooms. If you wanted to save a little money and you wanted to come. So, you know, check into that, man. Everything can be found. All information can be obtained at Hardcore Boxing News. You understand me? Get in touch with Jay Hardcore and he will put you on the right track to either donate, to either get in the raffle, or either to purchase a ticket for the meet and greet. I hope to see you there. We're going to try to make it a great event. Salute, salute, salute. Oh, today, man, where we at? You know, we in the 40s, man. We in the 40s. Me turning 40 in the penitentiary. Coming in the penitentiary at 21 years old. Yeah, man, it was hard, man. It was hard when I turned 40. I think it was emotional because I was sitting back looking at my life saying to myself, I'm 40 years old in the penitentiary. You know, I ain't seen the streets since my teens. And yeah, it was kind of depressing, for real. I didn't never really celebrate birthdays in penitentiary. It was no need to celebrate, you know, so it was just another day. A lot of dudes do celebrate. They try to bring themselves out of the depression, you know, bring themselves out of the misery that they in, you know, throw a little shindigs or whatever, you know, get dudes make cakes, make meals, do this, do that, the third. I ain't never really get into all of that, you know. A couple of my homeboys might have threw me a party or something every now and then, a couple of times as I can remember, but it really, you know, I appreciated it, but it won't nothing big that I was, you know, because at the end of the day, I was in the cell and I was depressed. You know, when I went to lay down to go to sleep at night, I was depressed because I knew my situation. And I just saw years and years being shaved off my life and not knowing how much, you know, time I got left on this earth. And I'm spending it all here in prison. You know, as I said, when I went to prison, I think my mom was 40, 41 years old. Here it is, I'm turning 40. So now I'm the same age as my mom was when I went to prison. That's crazy to me. You know, so I was in a slight depression for a minute, but you know, at the same time, by this time, by 40, you know, like I said, I've been in the penitentiary 20 years. Most people knew who I was, and most people knew what I was about. Um, did I still have drama in my 40s? Of course. I'm in the penitentiary. It's still gonna come either way. It's just not gonna come as often. But the thing about that is, when you have established yourself in prison, when you do have drama, it's usually gonna be serious drama. Especially if it's a formidable opponent. If somebody's coming at you with drama, it's gonna be somebody that's worthy of you, you know, paying attention to, giving your full attention to, because they already know how you coming. So when they approach you with that tomfoolery, they already got expectations as well. So you got to already assume that they already got a plan to do something to you, you know. But the other drama is the drama that you go to, and that is when people playing with your money. People ain't got your store box money. People say it's a little something slick and didn't anticipate you taking it the way you took it or responding the way you respond. That type of drama is like regular penitentiary drama. But when people coming at you and you got a name and you know they know who you are, what you about, Those are dangerous people because they coming into a dangerous situation knowing that the situation is already dangerous. This is where you have to use your discernment to know that, hey, this right here, yeah, it needs my full attention. And dudes do, they come at you with stupid foolishness. Hey, yo, man, or either for somebody else. Somebody else might owe, like I remember a dude came at me for, somebody owed me some money and I got down on him about my money because it's my money. And he had a uncle that was in the penitentiary that I knew that was respectable, but I didn't even know that was his nephew. And to be honest, I wouldn't have cared because he owed me money. You understand? So then his uncle pulled up on me like, hey, yo, hey, man, look, what's up, man? What are you and woo, woo, woo. I'm like, what you mean? That's my nephew. Okay. Well, yeah, when he talking about, you talking about this to him, and man, like, you gonna do this to him. He playing with my money, dog. No, but I'm just saying, though, you could have came to me. How can I come to you? I don't even know that's your nephew. And why would I come to you if you don't owe me? You know? But when you talking to somebody like this and having this type of conversation in the penitentiary, he gonna feel offended. He gonna feel like he worthy of what he asking for. And you gonna feel like you ain't trying to hurt. So he was like, no, man, but ain't nobody gonna do nothing to my nephew, man. I'm telling you, I don't care who it is or what it is. If he owes somebody, I'm gonna make sure he's straighten it, but it ain't gonna be no pressure type stuff. And I'm, man, you talking crazy. To me, you talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was you and I know you and I know about you, you talking crazy. So everybody in here got an uncle somewhere. Everybody in here got a nephew or something somewhere. So what did you saying? You know what I'm saying? So you could do it to somebody else's nephew, but can't nobody do it to yours, man. I ain't trying to hear that foolishness. You know? But I'm prepared to deal with him because I know who he is and I know he know who I am. So if you coming to me like that, I automatically gotta assume you prepared to deal with me. And I ain't having it, you know. So I had those type of conversations, but most of the time, like I say, it work out because if this dude is a killer, this dude is a killer. You can't collide unless somebody die. Don't nobody want nobody to die because don't nobody want to die, and don't nobody want to pay the penalty for somebody dying. So I factor all of this in too when I'm in anything. It's the art of war. You got to look at every scenario. But then you can have a dude that be one day he'll be like, on some crash out type stuff, like, man, I ain't going for it this time, or I ain't going for it today, or I ain't squashing nothing, or I ain't compromising about nothing, you know. And the other person can feel that energy and bust a move, and then it's on, and then somebody is late, or a couple of people is late, because don't nobody win in war. Don't nobody win in war. Only thing happens in war is somebody survive. Don't nobody win in war, man. You know, so in my 40s, like I say, I'm moving on a different type of level. I ain't really into the skullduggery and the larceny or none of that. Them days passed me by. I ain't beating nobody out of nothing. I ain't taking nothing from nobody. I ain't lying and cheating and stealing. I ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still running the store box. So I'm still out of pocket. If some drugs touch my hand or people that owe me, I'm still gonna sell it. I'm still gonna flip it and get some money. But I ain't out there like trying to get no drugs in or I ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like focused on my health, you know, because I know I'm getting old. I'm working out every day, you know. I ain't chasing money. I'm letting the money come to me. I got the store box. If somebody coming to get it, I just expect you to pay me, and that's my income. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm surviving in there. But I ain't, you know, super duper gambling. I was still gambling a little bit in my early 40s, and I peeled away from that. You know what I'm saying? When I finally stopped, I peeled away from that. I got to get out of the penitentiary. And I know ever since I had been gambling, every now and then, from the beginning, it was a lot. But after that, after tape it out, every now and then, you going to have drama with that gambling, dog. You gonna have drama. If it ain't nothing but going in the cell with somebody like where my money at, man, and they whoop 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 and you at the you know what I'm saying, and take something what you can get because you might be going to jail or because you might be going to war. So those type of things is gonna happen when you gambling in prison. It's just par for the course. You know this when you get to gambling because you gambling with a whole bunch of gangsters. You gamble with a whole bunch of licensed hearted dudes, a whole bunch of con artists, a whole bunch of slicksters. You know what I'm saying? So it, it comes with it. Man, here I was just jumping into it for years and decades, but it came a time, like I say, you gotta leave those things alone, man, and you gotta focus on, just trying to you seeing other dudes getting old in the penitentiary. You start seeing that in your 40s, you really pay attention to it because the dude that you was looking at when you was in your 20s and your 30s in the penitentiary, and this dude, it's got a name, and you see him being old now, and he moving slower, he done lost his hair, or he got a little, he ain't in shape as he used to be, but he's still known, he's still dangerous, but you can see the penitentiary taking a toll of him. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in his physical makeup. Now, granted, you did have some dudes in there that had been locked up a long time and was older and was still like, fit and ferocious. But more often it was the other way. And once they started getting older in the penitentiary, the respect level from the younger guys, especially not the older ones, the respect guys from the younger level of the dudes coming in, they going on visual. They not going on reputation. They not going on name. They going on visual. Man, old dude, he can't do nothing to me. Oh, he can and he will. But they don't know that. So that's what keeps an older dude in the penitentiary. Because when trauma come or trouble come, you always got to demonstrate. Demonstration is the only thing that they gonna make them pay attention, man. You understand? Demonstration is the only thing for some young dudes because they don't care what you did and they don't care who you was. They care about right now. What you gonna do right now? You don't look like you capable of whooping me. That's how they look at it. So you got to take all of that in count, especially when you don't know when you getting out of the penitentiary, especially if you don't know if you getting out of the penitentiary. You got to stay in shape and you got to stay ready for drama at all times. Even if it comes or not, you got to be ready. Because them young dudes will swing on you, man, not even knowing you. They will swing, man, and can't fight a stroke, but they'll put you in a position that you got to hurt them and you got to demonstrate on them. But they'll swing on you. Emotional, young, scared, anxious, nervous, pervert, so they'll swing on you. Hey man, and they say, but you gotta do that, because if you don't and you let it go, then he really got he really, man, he ain't like that for me. It always eyes watching. It's always people judging you in the penitentiary. It's always people looking and seeing how you move. And you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent, you know what I'm saying, in your demonstration and in your demeanor to make people understand who you are. So you dealing with all of this, man, in your 40s, man, where you supposed to be at home somewhere, just enjoying life or working or doing whatever it is. But here it is, I'm sitting in the penitentiary, man. And yeah, it was depressing to me, man. And I don't know. I still hadn't got it locked in my brain about, you know, like what I'm gonna do to get out of the penitentiary, or what I'm gonna do if they don't let me out of the penitentiary. How much longer can I do this time like this? Because by the time I reach 40, man, I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out with penitentiary. I'm over burnt out with penitentiary. It's just too much going on too often, you know. And then that don't even include the dealing with administration. The way the rules is ever changing in the penitentiary, the way they carrying you in the penitentiary, the way you got to live, man, and all this, you know, shower line confrontations, microwave confrontations, phone confrontations, yard confrontations, line confrontations, cell confrontations. Come on, man, that's how you living in your 40s. You losing in life, and that's how I felt, So that brings upon the depression. Like, I'm losing in life, dog. I'm just losing. The only thing I'm winning in is, just staying alive. Everything else I'm losing. And then you'll have that in your mind, man. If you acknowledge your situation, that's why a lot of dudes do a lot of things to keep them from thinking about this situation, i.e. gambling. Some dudes do drugs. Some dudes get involved in the tomfoolery. Some dudes get involved with the homosexuality. Some dudes get involved with con game. It's just they just trying. All of it is, to me, in my mind, is an attempt for them to escape the reality that is prison, that you locked up in this crazy environment, man, and it ain't no way out. It ain't no way out until they say you out. And if you ain't got no date to say when you out, you sitting in there and you stuck. And I was in one of those positions. I ain't got no date to say when I'm out, so I'm stuck. You got dudes that sitting in there, even if their date is 10 years from there, 15, 20, they got a date, they got a target that they can aim for. And that's what they hold on to. But when you dealing in there and you got life sentences, you ain't got nothing to hold on to. You ain't got nothing to get a grip of. So when you had these crazy events and these crazy times in your mind, you like, man, how long this gonna last? How long can I endure this? You know? And I'm getting older every day. Your kids growing up. You're having grandkids. Your family members dying, people passing away. You just sitting in a cell, dog. It's depressing, man. It's super depressing. And a lot of people turn their depression into their aggression. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people turn their depression into their aggression. They mad at their situation and they so depressed and they on edge. Sometimes they want to get away and they don't know how to get away. So they wait for somebody to get them wrong, bump up into them, rub them the wrong way, owe them some money, say something slick, and they go all out. They go all out because they don't have no control of their situation. So they try to take control of their situation. Well, if I'm going to be here, man, I don't care now. I don't even care no more. And they crash out. They crash out. And never know, if they could have held on a little longer, might have got out 2 or 3 years. Who knows? Might have, whatever the situation may be. But a lot of times people crash out. That's why I say you can't be doing what you think. You got to think about what you're doing, because everything in there is going to have consequences no matter what. And a lot of people say, man, well, I ain't getting out anyway, so I don't care. You do care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't even be here no more. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even be here no more. You'd have been ran it up. So it's just, yeah, man, my 40s, man, it was more or less me trying to get a understanding of life, man, an understanding of my situation, an understanding of my position, man, understanding of my future, or if I had a future. So my 40s was more of me thinking, man, thinking and reflecting and trying to understand, man, how did I end up like this? You know what I'm saying? Is this my life? Is this all this meant for me? And then you gotta answer the main question, man. And I was glad that I was able to answer that question. Is this my destiny, just to be here, to live here, to die here? And I say no. I couldn't see it in no way, shape, form. I looked at it, no matter what the odds was against me or how far I was looking. I just never saw my destiny being ending in prison, man. And I was willing to do anything to make sure ain't nobody take my life in prison, man. I was willing to do anything to make sure ain't nobody take my life in prison, because I ain't want to die in prison. I ain't want to get old and die in prison. I ain't want to get killed in prison. So to combat me getting old in prison, I worked out like a savage. To combat somebody killing me in prison, I was prepared to take life. Straight like that. That's just how it was, because I just ain't want to die in prison, and that was that simple. And once I had that mindset, and I started looking at it like, man, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. And even after turn down, after turn down, after turn down, I'm still saying I'm gonna get out. They're gonna give it to me. They're gonna give it to me. I'm saying it in my mind though, not really like verbalizing it. I'm saying it in my mind that, man, it ain't nowhere in the world. They can't keep it. And then when I started seeing people start making parole, I knew it was possible. I knew it was possible, man. You know, and I think I was, ending of my 40s was when the dudes had started, when the whole thing came out, when dudes that had been locked down so long and started making paper and started going home, and that was like a light bulb, boom. But my 40s, man, I don't know, man. I think my 40s was more rough on me mentally than it was physically. My 30s and my 20s and my 30s was more physically rough than it was mentally, because I wasn't mentally mature enough to understand that, man, you in a messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? I was too busy in the war zone to be, contemplating like, man, so I, yeah, my 40s though, man, you getting older, you then your mental start working on you like, this is a messed up life. And how much life you got? How much? Don't nobody know that. Don't nobody know how much life they got. So that's where it start weighing on you, because you're getting older every day. Every day, every year that goes by, you get another turn, and you know for a fact, at minimum, you got another year in prison. You know, most people get up every day and prepare for the next day or that day. In prison, when you get that turn down, you got to prepare for a whole nother year. You got to prepare to be up in here a whole nother year. Everything that you just went through this year, you said, man, I got to do this again. That takes mental preparation, dog, to even lock your brain into saying it. So, I think the 40s, man, that's what it was opening it up to my thinking. My more critical thinking in my 40s in prison, man. And yeah, but it was drama too, though, man, because the system was changing, the administration was changing, they implementing new rules. That's causing pushback. That's causing tension. That's causing chaos amongst the block, amongst the convicts. You know, things we was used to having, we couldn't have no more. They taking it, they banning it. It's just prison was just getting worse and worse, and any thinking person can see that. And when you seeing that and you in it and you ain't got no out and you can't stop it, it's like, man, enough already. You know what I'm saying? Enough already, And people would think you'll get used to prison when you've been in there so long. But I'm here to tell you right now that is a myth, man. I never got used to prison. Never got used to it. I don't see how some people do, and I do know that some people do. That's why some of these dudes will come out and they ain't worried about going back in, because a lot of dudes live better in there than they do out here. That is only because of the lifestyle and choices that they make. But I could never live better in prison than I do out here, no matter what. And I had, as far as like financial freedom, I guess you would say, in prison, with the way I live with the store box and the love and the whatever that I received. So I was good for as that. I would never starve in prison. You know what I'm saying? But out here, you don't have the financial freedom that you need to do the things that you need to do or want to do, but at the same time, it's better than being in them. You know what I'm saying? One don't overwatch the other. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have it this way out here than, to have it any kind of way in there. To have it any kind of way in there because of all the variables that go with being in there. So yeah, man. But my 40s was rough. It was rough as far as on my mental. Few altercations that I dealt with the way I had to deal with them, but less altercations than the previous 20 years. And yeah, man, I made it. I made it through it. I don't know how, looking back on it now. And like I say, some of these videos right here, I'm gonna go back over them, or depending upon the questions that y'all ask, there's a lot that I'm missing in them because I'm paraphrasing through these years because it's just something that popped up in my mind. It just came to me. I was 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s in prison, man. And I just thought about it, so I just, started telling y'all about it. But yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot that went in between all of these. So I'll go back and touch on them if y'all want to hear them. But yeah, man, I would have to sum my 40s up in prison as my critical thinking years, man, and I had to make a decision, about how I was going to, try to get through the rest of it. But it is what it is, man. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Big love to TBP Nation. Man, I hope to see y'all at this meet and greet. I hope to see your name on a raffle ticket. I hope to see your name on a donation ticket. Either way it comes, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're going to keep on this journey. We will not stop, cannot stop. We got to keep moving forward. We got to keep pushing. Check your status, man. Make sure you subscribe, man. We've been stuck at 102 for months and months and months. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm looking for 200K. Let's go to 200K. If not, why not? You know, if not, why not? Let's go. Let's get it, man. Support the real. Just like you say, somebody said in the morning, Jones, this morning, a lot of people grabbing our stories and regurgitating them on their platforms and just changing names and stuff. So if you're gonna support something, support the original, man. We all original, all facts, all real over here. So salute the TBP Nation. Let's go, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Let's get it. Let's do it. Salute, y'all. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And duck them hooks, man. We out here, man. Salute.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.